That role composition they have is just so sturdy. Can it topple the green wall?
All right, here we go. Trailblazer actually blocks off Elbow with that information. There goes the toxic screen. And Valen is going to play inside the poison cloud, gets completely caught off guard. And now, as the guard themselves have to rotate back in with that 3-man stack through Elbow, they're going to have to give away this plant and really fight for ground here. Not a lot to work with. But as Jonah's able to tally up one elimination, maybe there's a chance to open up the back of the site, and that indeed does start to unfold. Screen goes up once again. Victor misses an opportunity on the first, dashing away a Saya player. All three guard members still holding their lives, but only for a small time maybe. Health pools are low. FNS now for the 1v3. Tallies the first cleanly. More shots coming out. Recon Bolt just a delay, but no one's on the defuse, but it is enough to allow him to peek, and the guard retake comes through successfully.
Try to get that kind of peak within the smoke rising. Guard come up big on that, and the first time we see Optic use the flash is to be kind of a bit of the play Optic will use. Here, Trent doing some dancing moves to just dodge out Victor. From Victor's point of view, it seemed like they were pretty clean, but
so just the one Marshall.
Great point.
So it will be a pretty traditional anti-eco. And the question that everyone's mind has to be on is, what will the stylistic choices be for both of these two teams? Is there going to be significant control towards mid? Is there going to be some sort of force through halls? A lot to be learned about both these teams.
Looking at the compositions, I always favor a flash from a sky over a wall, like a Viper, than you would the the flash from KO, but the 0 point offers you so much as well in information. So how is the information game as well played in this scenario too? Here mid is where they kind of try and get a touch and go feel of where the members of the guard might be. It's still important to be able to dodge that headhunter or even find out where you might be able to find Saya player.
The stack though from Optic, convincing control obviously through middle, but that toxic screen keeps the guard's defenders at A planted. So a lot of trust has to come through that the guard can hold their ground. Net rendezvous away after finding first blood. Second opportunity on Marv, takes good use of it. Balance from the opposite side, so good with it. Yep, why not? Prime Gaming flawless. It's a good idea from Optic, but better defense from the guard.
Clean info. They had for the Flawless Prime Gaming. They had a lot of the map pushed. We had Saya player with that Marshall peeking down a cave. Nobody was coming there, so you can start to assume and lean towards the B side, mid side.
Lots of focus once again over the mid map. Same elbow push coming through. Same Trailblazer also in the mix, but it's the guard who are able to tally a first blood. Valen holding forward, and that is greedy.
Wait a minute.
Why not though? 3 kills for Valen with the Spectre. Even wants the 4th. But FNS will eventually punish. I hesitate to use the word, though, because Optic are completely caught in tatters. And Jonah's timing perfect, leaving FNS for 1v3.
It looks like the guard do not want to figure out what Optic's doing. They're saying, we are going to put our foot down on every round. Optic will have to react to the guard's play. And I think, again, that's where... Oh, the lineup. That's where the guard become the strongest, when they dictate the gameplay. Out of a lot of the opponent's agency, and okay, I may need 2 people to guard Saya player here. It's Trent. Let's make sure we have 2 on that, right? So if the guard gets in that mode, they almost become unstoppable here, and they've checked a few of the boxes to start that, as FNS tries to clean up this round 3-0.
With weapons, but talk about tempo, pacing, and the trends. The guard have established a front foot, and it's actually changed how Optic want to try to get in mid. They still want mid, but they're changing how they're looking at it, knowing that this elbow stack has been a problem. And Optic will get the clearance they want. This comes down to, can you find any angles with the sheriffs and marshals as they look towards the site?
That was a good point too, Shift. It's that conditioning that we've seen the guard put towards elbow here. Optic maybe can find a frag out of that if that's where guard members are going to be. Game may be able to find a return on the investment of a sheriff, and he does. Vandal is now in his hands as they take to the map even slower for the next pick.
And they know Net is tagged, by the way. I mean, you heard the pretty audible dink that came through, so you know that one of the defenders on B may have called for assistance, and I think Optic are thinking, well, if Net calls for help, we should have numbers to get over towards A. So they bait the fragment out. They get the read onto Jonah, not once but twice. Crashy still seems to favor this 1v1 with a Marshall. Hawk will go forward. That will allow the guiding light to find a little bit of value, but Jonah on the counter flash, so much value, holding on the top of the logs. This is a solo defense, by the way. The guard on the other side of this is largely playing kind of individual spots, and this is all of a sudden really turned out favorably for the guard.
Yeah. I mean, the push that the guard had actually put them out of position. Like you said, Optic rotating away from the play that would have given them the advantage.
Well, the creativity from the guard enabled by not just the Viper's Pit, but also the Tour and Saya holding the op mid. All of it leading to success. Not even in conglomeration with one another, just individually. Yay, feeling feisty. Denied by Saya player as the second kill comes through. And Optic are getting absolutely manhandled on this map.
And it seemed like, you know, Shift, to talk about this, it kind of seemed like that opening pick was the thing that happened. FNS there peeking mid by, it was supposed to happen, sorry. FNS there peeking mid, it was dry, right? There was nothing there. A lot relied on what was going to happen out of the big buy in this round, and it didn't for Optic.
It's just advantages galore for the guard.
Holy
I mean,
moly.
this is already just different. That it's not just tools with the ultimates that are starting to be earned, but you have the ability of running this double scope setup where you've got net watching one cross Saya player or the other. It's just, there has not been a response for Optic yet to put pressure onto A, and you have to feel like the guard is feeling so comfortable.
Watch the action here. We'll talk about that. Oh, just a quick up shot. I think Sky is actually one of those agents, and this is not to say Marv hasn't trained it, but that does require the knowledge of.
Yikes.
Oh my word! Valen coming up huge there. They push out mid. The guard is just the anti-ecos is we're in face for that mid strat. As synergized with following this util as making it work. There, a quick identifier. It's pretty easy to see where somebody might be. It might be close, but I don't think he was ready for that close shift. Oh my.
It's if the guard are saying, if you don't want to take case, we will. Valen flashed beyond recognition, though. Forces Optic's play through the doors. Null command comes out. Seeker's already mixed, but still no one clears off caves. That's the spike carry of Crash. He's down. Sure, of course, Jonah will kneel for a moment, but you know exactly where Optic are coming from. The reveal comes out. Saya player getting the information. Trust the knives, and why wouldn't ya? Victor, last one left, stuck behind logs. Nothing there. Guard still flawless defensively, up 7-0.
He just kind of walked in here, and Trent lurks because it's so unexpected somebody else would be there, as well as the kill coming up in that situation from the KO. Made it even better, Optic, and not allowing their game sense to get them on the right side of that frag.
Well, here we go. 0 point out reads how many members for Optic are stacked through caves. Not feeling it, though. Still inches forward, waiting for a peek. Flash comes out, tries to time the shot and hits it correctly. Yay, shut down. There's a Vandal waiting just in case Net needs that to help defend with Jonah. And even though Optic are pushing forward, Jonah's still got a lot of utility to work with. Although the Recon Bolt will reveal him, that'll allow an opportunity for Marv to find one kill, then Crashes to follow up off the Hunter's Fury. Counter coming out at a Trent. That'll stop the spike from being planted, and even though Optic are on, they're not safely able to get a plant off.
You just see what Optic has to put up with, right? They had a perfect flash, a perfect peak after that flash. They waited for the util, Net still hits the shot. Like, you can't do much more. Victor's gonna try, though, coming back with the tour de force here. A 2v2 for Optic to possibly put a round on the board for them.
I beg your pardon, I didn't realize the spike had gotten fully planted. It looked like it was taken off at the last second, but this spike is down and ready to go. Optic trying to hold the post plant 2v2. Sai moving quickly, shorty in hand, able to catch out one.
Victor.
Now it's the 1v1. Drum peeks it, but Victor shuts it down. Optic on the board.